clip of the day.
So we had this, Bratton is the chief of police or runs the police department in that area. The guy used to be the original, cleaned up New York under Giuliani.
Yeah, so he took the squeegee guys, and I think he killed them all. I never saw the squeegee
guys.
I never saw the squeegee guys after that.
I don't know what happened to them. Whatever the case is, he's back, and now he's moving ahead.
Uh-oh.
So I have a couple of clips. There was a nice event with him being interviewed by I think a liberal editor from the Atlantic or something, and who was expecting to hear. He's not expecting to hear Minority Report coming out of Bratton's mouth, but that's what he ended.
But we know that's what he's really built here. What he really started.
And I have 3 clips that are very interesting because they're educational. Mm-hmm. And we can start with Bratton on predictive policing, and this is the future of your country.
And I've heard you talk a lot in the last couple of years about predictive policing. And I thought we might start there with what does that actually mean?
Okay, predictive policing is the evolution we're now going through in policing. The period of time we're in right now is called the information intelligence era, that we have learned the importance of gathering as much information as possible and as quickly as possible, making intelligence out of it. In policing, that was the CompStat system that we put into place in 1994. That was the engine that really drove the crime declines that allowed us to move from 2,245 murders, the all-time murder high in the city, to last year, the all-time low. Good news is, so far this year, we have 18 fewer murders than we had the same time last year. So the good news is that crime can continue to go down. The challenge to do that is to find ways to, in fact, do it. And predictive policing, I think, is going to be one of those tools. The ability to, with the huge amounts of information that we can gather, with algorithms that have now been developed and are being continually improved upon, we have the ability within a geographic area to predict with some certainty within a certain time frame that a crime will likely be committed there unless we prevent it. And we prevent it by putting a police officer there, cops on the dots. Same thing as we did in the 1990s.
Hold on, before you say anything. First of all, cops on the dots, great for a title possibility. 2.
I'm writing it down.
I'm really hoping that the algorithm they have developed, which clearly is done with big data, is as effective as the Facebook advertising. Because those guys really know. They get me every single time. Google, they know so well what I want. At the moment I want to see this product, that's when they deliver me the ad, and it's always right on the money. So I hope that predictive policing uses the same fantastic, completely accurate algorithms.
Absolutely. Well, he goes on, and this guy over the period of this interview's jaw just keeps getting longer and longer. And so let's go to part 2.
It does sound a little bit like Minority Report. You're not identifying the criminals in advance, though. You're identifying the likelihood of a crime being committed. Can you give a concrete example?
Well, actually, in some respects, you are identifying the criminal because the algorithm also takes into account.
He's identifying the criminal? Let me back that up a minute.
Yeah. No, the guy says, this is not like that, is it? And he says, no, it's like that.
The criminal because the algorithm also takes into account who's living in that area, who's been arrested, who just got out of jail, the patterns and trends of crime that are being reported, matching up against who does that type of crime. So the Minority Report you refer to is the Tom Cruise movie, the late 1990s, that looks so futuristic, and now everyone in the audience with your iPhone or your Samsung phone can do exactly what Tom Cruise was doing that seems so futuristic as recently as 10 years ago.
And everybody who doesn't have a phone, like Mr. Adam Curry, no smartphone, rejoiced. Or everyone looked down and went, oh, crap, I got a Samsung phone. Oh, man. Does the LG phone not have this capability for Minority Report feedback loop?
Yeah, I think it was pretty bigoted of him just to mention the iPhone and the Samsung.
Worse, I would accuse him of native advertising.
That's a possibility.
Product placement. iPhone is top of the list. But yes, this is, of course, he is right. We have all the big data on you. Now, obviously, if it's anything like the advertising algorithms, after I have completed my purchase, i.e. after the crime has been committed, that's when I get arrested falsely.
When we were talking a few shows back, when
everything I buy, I get all the ads after I bought it.
I know it happens to me too. It's
so
ridiculous.
Smart.
So how it says how great it is. It's how great that algorithm works. So we're talking about how JC was in the building across from where Obama was going to visit, and everybody's phones lit up.
Yeah, this was the Viper system.
Yeah, it's the Viper system, which apparently lights up all the local phones and creates a false tower. So you can't really do anything without going through the Viper system.
Right.
Yeah, they said apparently San Francisco's been using it to an extreme.
And it's illegal. I believe it is unconstitutional and illegal.
Yeah, it is. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Citizen. I'm a trusted citizen. Scan my QR code.
That and $3 will get you Starbucks coffee. So play the last clip of this, and this is I thought was just as creepy as anything else he said.
No, this is not far-fetched. This is the reality of policing.
Yeah.
And as we go forward into the 21st century, it's going to become much more commonplace. The idea of using technology, using big data, using all of the new ways of collaborating with each other to effectively keep crime low, and most importantly, prevent it from occurring in the first place.
So what in the future?
Oh, I just have to prevent it from because they know what I'm thinking. He knows what I'm thinking. That was the Minority Report. No, it wasn't just the tech. Okay, great.
Prevent it from occurring in the first place.
So what in the future can we as citizens expect our public spaces to feel like? I mean, they're now.
And now he's calling citizens. He's really calling us citizens at this point.
Yeah.
Jeez.
6,000 or 7,000 cameras in the streets of New York. Do you imagine
selfies,
more tightly surveilled public spaces, the use of drones and so forth has been speculated upon a lot lately?
Certainly what we can expect, we had 7.5 million people in 1990. We now have, we believe, 8.5 million, probably more, and then with the 56 million tourists, and that number is growing, we are going to live in a very densely crowded city where public spaces will in fact be more crowded. From the police perspective, that one of the things we will attempt to do is to try to continually improve our ability to police those public spaces. My predecessor, Commissioner Kelly, post 9/11, implemented a program called Domain Awareness, initially in the Wall Street area, and then growing up to around 59th Street in Manhattan, and now moving north, that eventually will be throughout the city. And that's the camera systems, currently 7,000 cameras, private sector, police cameras that are all interconnected so that we have the ability to very closely monitor, particularly in Manhattan, public space. We also have license plate scanning capabilities that in the future that it will actually be impossible to come into the city of New York and not have your license plate scanned in some fashion at Easy Pass or some other type of location where that number is being recorded.
Nice.
All of this is constitutionally protected activity, if you will.
Yes.
It has been deemed by the Supreme Court to be lawful to, in fact, do it.
Yeah, but let's not have any outrage over that. Let's have outrage over birth control. Well,
So
John, stop.
What?
Stop.
What?
3 clips, collective, all boil down to one thing.
I wouldn't take it, but okay, thanks. I want to remind people that when you have a fast pass, I have one.
Easy Pass here in New York.
Easy Pass, Fast Pass, whatever you want to call it, advertising.
ISIL Pass.
In San Francisco, you go across the bridge, beep, and you collect the toll, and then there are monitors all throughout the city
On the lampposts.
and elsewhere that monitor that
RFID.
Yeah. They monitor it constantly, so they know that you're downtown.
That is constitutionally legal. The Supreme Court said so. It's all good. Do you have a problem? What's your problem, citizen?
I'm just advising people. You get yourself a couple pieces of lead foil, and you pull.
Here we go.
What?
Yeah.
You keep the fast pass in the glove box, and you wrap it in lead foil. And then when you come to the bridge, you take it out and you put it on your dashboard, and you go through the bridge. Beep. And then you take the thing off your dashboard. You don't want to leave it out anyway because people will steal it.
No.
So you take it out and you put it back in the lead foil, little envelope you created, and shove it back in your glove box. Why should anybody be tracking me like a dog as I drive around the city?
You may return to your business, citizen.
That is the future, John. That is the future. And, of course, it will lead to absolutely zero terrorists being arrested.
No, it will lead to nothing. All it is that it's just to make you feel uncomfortable. That it's the secret police. They're watching your every move. That's all it is, just to intimidate the public.
But it
doesn't result in any terrorists being captured. That's the point. It doesn't do anything any good.
Could they take
less murders?
Could they
that would, by the way, the less murders thing is a red herring, because that has been the case in all cities, whether they implemented all this crap or not.
Would it be possible to take some of that data, where I'm driving, what kind of car I'm driving, because you have the license plate data, where I'm walking, and give me advertising about what I want when I want it?
Yes, and they could tell you to buy things you've already bought. Only this time on the fly.
I love
Walmart, citizen.
I love this booking this trip. I told you, like hotels.com or whatever I did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm booked, and all the ads I see is for hotels in New York. I'm here. I'm already here. I don't need. I rented a car. I don't need any deals. I just don't need any deals. It's really sad that there's still this
It's
belief.
not even close to being any good.